Hello guys, so today we will be solving problem LeetCode problem 874 walking robot simulation. So here in this problem you are given two things. First is the commands list and second is the obstacle list. So in this problem you are given a 2D plane. This is suppose this is a plane. This is infinite long plane, and there is a robot which is currently initially at position 0 comma 0, and at some point there are some obstacle present which are given by this obstacle array, like here at 0.24 obstacle is present. And first list is commands. So here you have given some commands. So commands can be of three type. First, it can have value -2, which means initially robot is present at this position 0 comma 0 and it is pointing toward north. And when in the command you have to process it left to right. When value comes as -2, you have to turn left 90 degree, which means in this direction. If -2 comes, you have to turn in this direction. Suppose currently robot is pointing toward north, so if in the command it will get -2, then it will point toward west. And if it is currently, suppose a robot is currently pointing toward west, so if in commands -2 comes, then a robot have to move in the left direction 90 degree, then it will point towards south in this direction. And if it is currently in south direction, if -2 comes, so it will point toward east, and so on. And whenever -2 comes, robot will change the direction. In the left it will move anti-clockwise 90 degree by 90 degree. And if in the command -1 comes, so robot will move in the clockwise direction 90 degree. So initially robot is pointing toward north direction, and suppose in the command -1 comes, then it will point toward east. And again if -1 comes, it will point toward south. Okay, hope this much is clear. So this covers two type of command. First is -2, second is -1. And third type of command can come a value between 1 to 9. This means you have to move in that direction k times. Suppose if currently initially robot is pointing toward north, suppose you get random value like suppose 3, which means now robot will move 3 unit in the north direction. So currently if its coordinate is 0 0, then after moving 3 unit it will become, in x it won't move anything, in y it has moved 3, so it will become like this 0 comma 3, like that. And if it is suppose currently robot is pointing toward east, then if k equal to some values come, then it will move in x direction. So in whatever direction robot is pointing, in that direction we have to move k times if any positive numbers come between 1 to 9. These three type of command only robot can get. So next is obstacle. Okay, so what obstacle is doing here, you are given xi yi, means some coordinate you are given. It is a list of list structure. So in this 2D plane, complete 2D plane, there are some obstacle present, like suppose here obstacle, if obstacle is present, so and if this is at index 0 comma 2, so that means robot cannot go to 0 comma 2. So currently suppose initially robot at is starting index 0 comma 0 and k equal to 3 comes, so ideally it should go to 0 comma 3, but at 0 comma 2 obstacle is present, so it cannot pass that point, so it will stop at 0 comma 1. Robot will stop at 0 comma 1. even when k equal to 3 is there, because robot cannot go to 0 comma 2 because there is one obstacle is present. And after this you need to keep processing the commands. Like if after that -1 comes, then you have to move in the right direction, which is in east direction, and then you will keep processing the commands. So let's try to understand it by example. So let's take this example because here obstacle is also present, so that way we will it will get more clearer. So here first initially robot at index 0 0 comma 0. So start index is 0 comma 0 for robot. Then in the command force come, and initially robot is pointing in the north direction as we have seen. So it will move 4 unit in the north direction. So its coordinate will become 0 comma 4 because north direction means y coordinate. In y coordinate it has moved 4 unit. Then in the command -1 comes. So -1 means move toward right. So initially it was pointing to north. If you move toward right, now it will point to east. East means now if values come, it will move in east direction, which is x coordinate. So it, when -1 come, it just turn right. So currently after the command processing the command 2, robot is pointing in the east direction. After that 4 comes. 4 means we have to move 4 unit now. Now it will move 4 unit in east direction. So at the end of this robot was at index 0 comma 4. So now it has to move 4 unit, but ideally if there was no obstacle, it will move directly to 4 comma 4 because in x also it will move 4 unit, but there is an obstacle in between at index 2 comma 4 at coordinate 2 comma 4. So initially means after processing 2 commands, it was at 0 comma 4. So when it move 1 unit, it goes to 1 comma 4, and then ideally when again if it move 1 unit, it should go to 2 comma 4, but as there is obstacle present on that coordinate, it will stop at 1 comma 4 only. Okay, so it cannot move in the east direction because at 2 comma 4 obstacle is present, so it will keep remains on to 1 comma 4. But now we not have to stop processing command, so we have to process, we have processed till 3 command. Now we will process the next command, which is -2. -2 means we have to move in the left direction, which is anti-clockwise. So currently after command 3 it was pointing to east, and if we move 90 degree in the left, it will point to north direction. So we have done left, and after that again next command is 4. So we have to move 4 unit in north direction, which is y coordinate. So again it was at before processing this command 4, it was at coordinate 1 comma 4. If you move 4 more unit in the y direction, so 4 will get added in the y, which is 1 comma 8. So it is now at 1 comma 8. So in the answer what you have to say is the in the answer you need to tell the square of Euclidean distance between the initial point and the furthest point robot has went into this uh, whole process, during this whole process. So Euclidean distance is nothing but Euclidean, if there is 2 point p1 and p1 equal to y1 equal to x2 y2, if there is 2 point p1 and p2, so Euclidean distance between these two will be square root of x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. So here we need to tell the Euclidean distance between square of the square of the, okay, let it be, this is the Euclidean distance, and our answer will be square of Euclidean distance. So in short, this square and square root will get cancelled, so our answer will be this much, which is x2 minus x1 square plus y2 minus y1 square. And in our case, x1 and y1 are 0 because at the initially we are at point 0 comma 0. So if we put x1 and y1 as 0, we will get x2 square plus y2 square. So yeah, so we need to give the maximum of this at each point where we are going. Furthest we are going from the initial index, which is 0 comma 0, we need to tell that. So let's see the solution for this. Okay, before seeing the solution, let's see the constraint. So what are the logic is, first let's see what will be our logic. So if we are currently at some index, let's say 0 comma 0, and if we get some k, like k as in 3 suppose we got, and we are currently, initially robot is pointing in the north direction, so we will not directly go 3 unit. What we will do, we will go 1 unit in the north side. Before even going into 1 unit in the north side, we will see if I go in 1 unit in north direction, is there obstacle present on this coordinate, which is 0 comma 1. If obstacle is not present, then I will go 1 unit, and then again, as I have to in total go 3 unit, again I will check if I go 1 unit more in the north, which is at 0 comma 2, is obstacle is present. If it is present, I will stop there. If it obstacle is not present, I will go to 0 comma 2. Then I have processed 2 unit, but I have to go 3 unit in total. So one more time I will do the same. I will check, can I go 1 more unit in north direction, which means is obstacle is present there or not. If it is not present, I can go. If obstacle is present, I cannot go in that direction. So yeah, here while processing, see, we are checking again and again if obstacle is present or not at given coordinate, like if this coordinate obstacle is present or not. So we are doing the search, means by the code we are doing the search operation in this obstacle many times, and the obstacle which we are getting that are in the list form, and if we directly perform the search, it will take O of n times, and we are performing this operation in total 10 raised to 4 commands are there, and k can be 9, maximum value of 9. So 10 raised to 4 into 9, this many time we are performing search operation. In the worst case, we have to perform this many times search operation in the command list, sorry, obstacle list. And obstacle list has the value, can have value 10 raised to 4, which is 10 raised to 4. So approximately this is 10 raised to 9. So if we directly do the in the list, if in the obstacle list, if we directly perform the search operation, we will get TLE, because it comes out to be 10 raised to power 9. So to optimize this, what we can do, we can convert this obstacle list of list, it is list of list, into the set of set, and assume a set of tuples. and as you know, in the set, search operation takes O of 1 time, so this value will become O1, and this is nothing but 10 raised to power 5, which will run perfectly. So here let's now move to the code. So here in the first line, in the line number 3, I am doing that I am converting this obstacle list of list into set of tuple. So I am traversing each value of obstacle, converting that value into tuple, and then creating the iterable which is set. And in this xy is indicating our initial point. So initially we are at index x comma y, which is 0 comma 0. Initially we are at 0 comma 0, and now there is one variable direction which is showing the current direction where robot is pointing. It can have value 0 1 2 3. 0 means north, 1 means east, second means south, and 3 means west. And why I have kept direction like this is like, so 0 means north. Let's clear this a bit. Okay, 0 means north. So initially direction value is 0, that means it is pointing toward the north. And if values come like -1, that means we if we add just 1 in the direction, now direction value will become 1. And here in my example 1 means east. So if we just one -1 come, what we have to do, just add 1 in the direction, so it will direction will become 1, which means east. So now robot will point in the east direction. If suppose again in the commands -1 comes, again we will add -1 in the direction. So then direction value will become 2, and 2 means south in our example. See, 2 means south. Similarly 3 means west. And whenever -2 will come, we will do -1 in the direction array, which means as we have to move in the left direction, suppose it is pointing to north. So so uh, yeah, here I am adding 4, that I will tell why I am adding 4. Suppose let's suppose direction value is currently 2. 2 means we are pointing in the south, correct? As you can see here, 2 means south. And if -2 comes, which means we have to in the -2 we have to do -1 in the direction. So now then if we do -1, that is 2 minus 1, which is 1, and 1 means in our case east direction, right? Here you can know 1 means east, so this is correct. And again if suppose -2 comes, then again we have to do -1, which means north, correct? 0 means north. Then if we do again -1, then it becomes 0, which is north, correct? If we again do -1, what will happen? 0 minus 1 will become -1, and -1 is nothing here. And if we are also taking modulo, so everything will go mess up. So whenever before doing -1, what I am doing, adding 4 into it. So what this will do, 0 plus 4 is 4, 4 minus 1 is 3, and 3 means, so 0 means we were pointing toward north, and suppose -2 comes, so we ideally we should now robot should point to west direction. So by this formula, see, 0 plus 4 is 4, minus 1 is 3, and 3 is nothing but west. Here you can see 3 is nothing but west. So that's why in the code I am doing like this: 4 plus direction, then -1. This adding 4 is not affecting anything, because I'm at the end I am doing modulo 4. So if like if direction value is 2, then 2 minus 1, 1 will come, and this 4 is getting cancelled out with this modulo 4. Similarly, when I am adding 1, I am doing 4, because my value can be in the range 0 1 2 3. It never can be 4. That's why I am doing modulo 4 here. So yeah, let's say this. First I have created this set, then xy is representing where my robot is at which coordinate currently. So initially it is at 0 comma 0. Then direction where robot is pointing towards, 0 indicates in the north. This is my answer. Then I am processing each command one by one. So command, as I have said, command can only have three type of value: -1, -2, or any positive value. So this three portion is there which are handling each part. If -1 is there, which means I have to move, I have to turn in the right direction. So right direction, we in this case we can just do +1 modulo 4. Left direction means we have to do -1 modulo 4. Before doing -1 we are adding 4 to negate the negative values. And in other scenario, when some units, we have to move some units, so what we are doing, so this value unit we have to move in some direction, and that direction will get defined by this direction variable. So while time I am what doing what, see here, while -1 I have done, and here I have moved in that direction 1 unit. And which direction I will move? If direction equal to 0, that means I have to move in the north direction. North direction means y coordinate. So before moving, this is what I mean by moving y plus equal to 1. But before moving I am checking if x comma y plus 1 in obstacle. This means if obstacle is present in x comma y plus 1, if it is present, I will not move to that index because obstacle is present there. So I will just break this loop because I cannot go any further. But I am not breaking this command loop, I will keep processing the next command. But this while loop I will break because I cannot move any further because there is obstacle present. Similarly, if direction equal to 1, which means I have to move to this east direction, which is x coordinate, but which is x plus 1. But if obstacle is present at x plus 1, then we are just breaking the loop. If it is not present, we will just move in that direction, x plus equal to 1. Similarly, for direction equal to 2, which is south, south means minus y coordinate. So here I am using moving, before moving at y minus 1 index, I am first checking if obstacle is present there. If obstacle is present, I will just break the loop. If it is not, I will move to that index. Similarly for this west direction. And each time I am decrementing this value by one unit because here I have moved that 1 unit. And so when this one value I have processed, so at the end, wherever I am currently, uh, suppose after processing this command I am at index x comma y, so I am calculating this Euclidean distance which I have showed here. This answer I am calculating, which is uh, this x2 is nothing but the point where we are currently, so x square plus y square. So x square we can say x into x, and y square we can say y into y. So this I am calculating and storing into the current distance, and answer will nothing but maximum of answer, and currently we are at what distance, and at the end I am just returning this answer. Let's run this. So see, it got submitted successfully. So this is running perfectly fine. Thank you guys. That is all for today. So this code is totally working fine. Thank you.